So when I was in high school, I was really outgoing and kind of did every single thing that I could. Never, ever, ever felt any signs of any type of anxiety, depression, or anything like that in high school, and I don't think I ever thought that I could become that. And then I went to my dream college, which is a small private school down in San Diego, and I thought I loved it, and I did love it. I went down there and I was on their track team, and I noticed that every day after lunch, between lunch and track practice, I was getting sick. I was either like throwing up or the other side. And it was like really bad, and I thought that I was allergic to all of the food. And so I remember going home for Christmas break and being like, Mom, I'm allergic to every food, like I need to get tested. And all the tests came back saying that I wasn't allergic to anything. And so then I was just confused as to why I was throwing up and getting sick consistently. It wasn't until one day that track practice got canceled, like 10 minutes before practice. And I was in the middle of, not to be explicit, but dry heaving over a toilet. And I got the text message from my coach saying, practice is canceled. And instantly everything went away and I wasn't sick anymore. And it hit me thinking, whoa, like why is track triggering this? I didn't even think that anxiety was a thing. So I kind of started doing research, and I started realizing that all the symptoms were like in me and I didn't realize it. I was sleeping a lot, didn't really ever want to do anything. All I could want to do was like after class go back to my room and watch Netflix. Like I didn't want to do anything else. And I just started to get so sick, and nothing was helping. So I ended up having to quit the track team, and I thought that would help, and it didn't. So I made the hard decision to come home from school. So I finished out the semester, and I moved home. And when I moved home, I came back into a family earthquake, I guess you could say. The day before Thanksgiving, my brother, we had to admit him to a mental institution on a 5150. He later was held in the mental institution for 14 days. 2 weeks later, which is about Christmas, my parents announced that they were getting a divorce. And then a week later, me and my 2-year boyfriend broke up. And so everything came storming down on me, and meanwhile I'm supposed to be starting at a new school, and so anxiety was just at like this highest point that I've ever experienced, and I was crying in the fetal position day after day, throwing up, couldn't keep food down but wanting to eat. And it wasn't until I needed to just like take a step back and realize, okay, something needs to change because it's not working. So I finally went to my doctor, and I got prescribed a medication, and through that, the medication helped to balance it, and then I learned like my coping mechanisms, which for me is to lay on the ground, and I'm very spiritual, so I like to pray, and then I just like keep my palms open and listen to a playlist that I made for myself that calms me, and I try to focus on everything, or on nothing but the song. And that has helped me. And so throughout like my whole story, I guess it was kind of long, you told me to share a little a year ago. But I've just learned that it can happen, but now I know how to control it. And so it's gonna be something I'm dealing with, but there is like a fix, and there is a light at the end of the tunnel, I guess. So that's my story.